Yes, we are here for week 2 of exciting Blood Bowl action here in the Meat and Mayhem League, aka the MML. Uh-oh, that's my voice in the background. I'm going to have to silence that. All right, so week 2, we got some exciting Challenge League action. The MML is divided into both the Pro League and there is the Challenge League, which are the teams that are fighting their way up from the farm to get a coveted spot in the Pro League. The top 2 teams, or the 2 finalists for the Challenge League at the end of the season, get promoted to the pros. And this season so far in this play pool, the Chaos Prime Republic / Death and Destruction conferences. They're paired up for this season, and then next season they'll rotate. They're going at each other. We have 2 special teams here, 2 new teams coming in. The White Walkers 2, who are the home team, and as you can see, had a big upset over former pro team Yate Yobs 2.3. And then similarly, the Order of the Holy Squirrel, a new Bretonian team, went and tied an extremely dangerous former pro team as well, the Prague number 5 team. People were looking at Yate Yobs and Prague as the top 2 favorites in this conference, but both of these new young teams came out and shocked the world and said, you know what, we're here to compete too, so you better pay attention to us. So this week, these 2 upstarts are going to face each other for who is the lead in the dark horse contention here. Will it be the White Walkers or will it be the Order of the Holy Squirrel? Let's take a quick look at the teams before we go to the field. They have already gone into pregame, and they should be starting soon, but that's all right. We'll just rewind it to catch up, and it'll be a quick endeavor. Anyway, White Walkers 2 is a necromantic team. They're looking at 1520 TV, and they say "Fear the dead in white" is their motto. Taking a look at their squad there, they have a solid guard flesh golem named Ivan the Cadaverous. Their werewolf there, though, Holofernes Bluefer. Rumor is he is related to Logan. I'm not sure how, but that's the rumor, and he looks like it. I mean, he's not as big as Logan, but he's pretty damn strong himself, and that mighty blow is he actually hits harder than Logan, is the rumor. So we'll see how that works out. They also have Carrion Leaper, their ghoul, who is Agi 4, and that guy's dangerous. He's a blodger as well, and the leader of the team, Peblo Gobbler. White Walkers looking to make an impact here with 2 team rerolls, but then the leader gives them a 3rd, and they will be hosting this at Castle White, their stadium it's a level 3 stadium, so it's pretty, and you'll see it in a second. It has a magic dome to keep the weather nice, as necro teams usually prefer. Now let's take a look at the visiting team, the Order of the Holy Squirrel. This Bretonian team boasts only a 1230 TV, and they go, "Oh, McDonald had dyslexia, EIXYZ." That's funny. Nice turquoise uniforms. Sir Cuban Pete is the guy you got to worry about here if you're carrying the ball. This guy's got tackle and mighty blow. He will put you on your butt if you're not careful. And what looks like their main ball carrier is Sir Les Dance. I like that, Les Dance. They got some guard players over here, and it looks like this team hasn't developed fully yet, but they are on their way. Only 2 rerolls, but I've been told that in inducements, because of the difference in TV, they got some petty cash. They hired a wizard, and then they used the other petty cash they had to do some extra training this week, so they'll have a 3rd reroll. So without further ado, let's go to Cabal TV and see if we can catch this game as it is starting. Hopefully soon I will be joined in the booth by Sir ReznorRulesYou, aka Rez, or as I've heard him called in some circles, Red Die Rez, and he'll be joining me soon. We haven't announced the game in a while, so this will be a treat. We haven't announced the game together in a while, so this will be cool. We're getting the band back together. We got a lot of action going on in the MML. There's a pro match going on right now as well. You may have noticed that one in there. I think that is Walking Dead Reanimated and Dream Wild. I forgot which one is at home in that match, but that should be interesting. And I have just been joined by the man himself, Red Die Rez. What's going on, Rez?
How's it going, buddy?
Good.
I see my reputation precedes me.
Have you gotten tuned onto the field yet?
No, I'm just bringing up the Cabal Vision now.
All
we
right.
got Order of the Holy Squirrel versus some stinky wolf team.
Hashtag Wolfpack. Yes, the White Walkers too. Actually, it's the other way around. White Walkers are hosting at their Magic Dome Stadium. So I'm gonna back this up really quick so that we can get so everybody can see the slight bit of action that they missed, as the ball has already been kicked off, and I don't want them to miss even a bit of this action. If you guys notice the bluish tint here on the field, that's because there is a dome, a Magic Dome covering this field. And it's there to keep weather from impacting. It can help protect against rain, it can help protect against blizzards, and maybe most importantly, against that awful sun. And as the ball is kicked off, somebody from the stands throws a rock at Bending Rodriguez, and he suffers an injury. Man, we can tell we're at the Necro Stadium. That was vicious.
Straight out of Bending State College.
Yeah. Ouch. And my man got knocked out by that rock. Was that a dignity rock? Was that or was that just like
I believe there was talk about dignity rocks even before the game started.
Yikes. The crowd is they're amped up. They don't like that there's been a lot of this goblin gambling, tampering with MML games and Blood Bowl games in general lately, and it's being referred to as the blue screen of death, and people are kind of upset about that. They can't wait for the Blood Bowl game. They can't wait to get the carnage going. And with that, there's a second KO as Jim Dark Magic is knocked out by Holoferny, I guess, Bluefer, who again, as I said in the right before the match started, the rumors are he's related to Logan. So
there's way too many of these blue fur clam running around the league these days, I've got to say.
They're doing some damage. Yeah, the blue furs and the Michaels, because now there's a Steve Michaels, as you know, running around in the farm.
I have heard of this.
So the blue furs and the Michaels are doing some damage around the league. Interesting.
Look at that strength up Mighty Blow Wolf. I mean, that's both wolves. Did I see both wolves of Mighty Blow there? No, I'm looking at different players.
just one. Yeah, Bluefer is the big one with Mighty Blow. So he's swole like his relative, but he's not he's not as big, because as we know, Logan has a strength 5, but this guy's got strength 4, but he does hit harder than Logan. So
Logan is the best big guy in the league.
Yeah, right.
There's not much you could say to dispute it.
Yeah. And here comes now the Bretts are like, allow me to retort. And Superman punch, and Leok is knocked out. This is like nobody's hurt. This is just a bunch of knockouts. It's like a heavyweight boxing match.
Were there any inducements?
Yes, a wizard and an extra training.
Oh, okay. Let's see here, and you're seeing. I mean, these are two teams that came up from the farm, right?
Yes, correct. I think it's their first season.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm seeing flesh golems without block, and I don't see a bench for the Bretonians, both of which are surprising. But you got to make sacrifices sometimes.
Yeah, and the Bretonians actually came in underweight. They're like 12,
I do believe
12,
they
10
have a
or
blitzer
something.
out, right?
That's why.
Yeah, he died, and then as Andy said, the APO came out to check if he was dead, stomped on his leg and broke it, and the guy woke right up.
And while we were talking, we missed Cuban Pete. Failed to dodge. Where is he? Maybe was that Cuban Pete or was that Talbert? Talbert?
Are we live now then?
Yes.
Okay.
We're all caught up. I think that was who missed the dodge. Yeah, I guess that was the loner then. It looks like Talbert. I thought it was Cuban Pete. My bad. Why is that wolf on the ground? You got stunned, little bro?
What did happen there? He must have just got knocked down.
The crowd over there, the crowd has pulled their surfboards out. But the question is it going to be possible? That's a tough surf. Right now, it's a tough surf. That won't help. That does not help
and the
at
extra
all.
training immediately coming into play for the Bretonians. I said, look, I know these flesh golems don't have block, but I'm telling you, they're fierce when you try to take them down. We got to be ready for it.
Absolutely. SC Wyatt's in the chat. He's asking if Andy's in the party. Yes, he is.
I am here.
And Andy, they may not be able to hear you if you haven't switched your settings over yet. But again, don't do that during the game. Totally distract you.
Don't do anything other than just play the game. We're fortunate enough that Goblin Gambling has allowed it. You can see how pent up the fans are. You know, normally there's a lot of exhibition games going out all throughout the world, hosted by the MML during the week, and the fans are just frustrated they haven't had that luxury.
Yeah, the farm has been taken down. That's a big problem, and everybody's got all this rage and anger, and stuff doesn't go their way. They react violently. And we're going to see a blitz from Cuban Pete. There he is. That was Cuban Pete. Cuban Pete's not a peasant. He's a blitzer. And it's like, I matter. Vlad the Faithless is knocked out. That's a big deal. One of the whites gone.
And the Bretonians are saying, listen, the guard is our shtick. Back off.
And we're going to put that guard right on your ghoul. See how you like it. Carrion Leaper is, he's in a little bit of trouble now. This is not a position
He is AG4, but he's got the tackle placed on him now.
Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of open paths to this ball carrier. So the Bretonians can make this more difficult. Of course, if they commit too many of their forces, it can also backfire. So it just depends how risky the coach wants to get.
I see we have a walking reroll blitzer on the field here today. Blitzers, as we all know, they start with catch. This guy has dodge, sure hands, and pass. I like to refer to these guys as the walking reroll of the team.
Jeez, yeah. That's Les Dance. I like that name. It's well done. Well played. So, Bruce Ledger moves off of the white who was pinned on the sideline in order to trap Lil Bro from Lil Bro Paws from being able to dodge away or to keep him from surfing him somehow.
Well, and I think Andy's thought process there is more than likely, if the white blitzes, so be it. Let him get off the sideline. Just keep the wolf pinned down.
Mm-hmm. Also, he may have felt uncomfortable being 2 spots out from that sideline with the wolf there, but
you're never safe with the werewolf on the pitch.
Now, how will the Necro react here? See, so
that's how they'll react.
Yeah, and so the move that the Bretonians made, the move that the Bretonians made was basically mark up this ball carrier, and now I'm going to mark up all the other guys on offense. The danger with that is that, when you mark these Necro up, they can eat you alive, especially those werewolves.
Well, and Blue Fur is always going to cause an issue matchup-wise for a Strength 3 team. And here comes the Ghoul Blitz. As I say, that's really the only player they've freed up left to try it now. The Blitzer does not have dodge yet. He's going to go down, but it's just a little ghouly tap. He's fine.
Now it looks like there are blocks up that left sideline, but there's also a lot of Bretonians over there. So
he's going to mark the loner there with his leader.
SC White in the chat proclaiming these wolves got to go.
I completely agree. I don't appreciate a type of player coming in and taking my movement 8-bit. Like that's an elf thing. Humans try to dabble in it, but it's just cute to watch them try. But the werewolves are actually dangerous, Get off my shtick. This is mine.
Wolves are
another KO.
Ouch, damn. So no casualties. This is interesting. I mean, those rolls, the armor rolls, nobody got babes either. So the armor rolls at halftime or on the next kickoff are going to be immensely important. But the Necros seem to be winning the attrition battle right now by 2.
And they definitely are. They've got to be a little bit worried about little bro getting tied up over there. It's not where they want him, but I'm sure they'd rather have him tied up than Blue Fur inaccessible.
Little bro sounds like a Key and Peele character, kind of. Doesn't he?
I could. The whole thing. Oh, here comes the wizard.
The wizard gets pulled out.
does not get anybody off the pitch. It leaves an opening here. Sir Cuban Pete can get over there and blitz him with a go for it, but 1, 2, 3.
It'll be a one-die block. But
if he wants to turn that into a two-die, he can bring Old Man Preston around. But then there's, I think, like 3 go-for-its total instead of the 1 go-for-it for the one die.
That's what he's going to do it. 3 go-for-its. To him, 83% chances is worth it. And
the thing is, you've got to watch because you've got Lil Bro over there. The Necro team does have some guard. If this fails, we can see a couple surfs coming in next turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
But it works out. It works out big time. Cuban Pete's going to put Carrion Leaper on the ground. Yep. Leaper survives the fireball. He survives the mighty blow. Man, this guy is bulletproof. But it looks like we're gonna get. We're seeing the crowd start. The Bretonians in the crowd are starting to do a little shuffle, and they're calling for Les Dance to get started. They want to see the Les Dance.
And so now we're going to see the walking reroll, Sir Les Dance.
Yeah.
He's going to walk right up in there and try to snatch the ball and see if he makes it.
Oh,
no.
Not.
And the double fail.
Wizard burnt. Ball still within the reach of an Agi 4 Ghoul to not even have to dodge away, just pick right up. A cage can get established. This is looking bad for the Bretonians all of a sudden.
Well, they do have Blue Fur marked up, so he's got to at least deal with Old Man Preston, the peasant there, if he were to. Yeah, so he's just going to stand up. But so Sir Cuban Pete, he's going to be able to get to Carrion Leaper.
Think?
Because I don't think the Necro team's going to be able to set up an effective cage here, but
at least the screen,
could be entirely wrong. There should be a small screen here, but I mean they've only got one other. One other player unmarked right now. Oh, that doesn't help. He stayed on the pitch, but he's still looking a little groggy.
And okay, they've got something going on. I mean, this isn't going to be the easiest hit to get.
No, yeah, you make the other guy roll the dice. That's all you could hope to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a go for it for Cuban Pete. There's a nice move right there. Bring the flesh golem, Ivan, the cadaverous around.
That is what you want to do. Forces old Pete to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And on the other side of the field, poor Johnny Cool is taking a not so cool smack from Igor.
You got to give these peasants some credit, though. You know, they get put down all the time, told to stay in their place, but when things really go wrong, you see them stand up and say, "No, I'm not getting knocked out yet."
That's right. The feudal system has its uses, because it's really not intimidating when you go play a Necro team and you realize that even after the game is when you get treated worse than by your opponents.
Exactly. I mean, the peasants have nothing to fear on the pitch. Death would be a welcome escape, I think.
And they're going to choose to take another hit on that blitzer instead of push him away to free up more guys to run over there and help screen off undead.
Little bro, he's still not quite grown into his body. He's got these little paws, and he just kind of keeps pushing guys.
He'll get there
bigly.
Eventually.
He needs some bigly hands.
These little hands are not going to do it, okay? And now the Necro have done everything they can do in their estimation to keep these Bretts away from that ball, but will it be enough?
Yeah, I played a little Necro, but I mean I played a lot, maybe not a lot, but significantly more undead, and it always throws me off to only see 2 ghouls on the pitch. I'm like, wait, where's the other 2? What happened to them?
Even when I play undead, I didn't use my full ghoul roster. I only used like 2. I preferred a bunch of zombies.
I always keep 4 on the roster, but I try to only field. Depends on if they're skilled. Unskilled right. 2. If they're skilled up, then 3 or 4. Once you get some ghouls, wrestle, tackle, it's nice.
They can do some things. True.
Yeah. Some things and some stuff. Plus, when you get strength 4 and strength 5 ghouls and put frenzy on them, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh,
So the one die block, he decides to try to.
Frank
This is
Thunderbird.
smart. This is a smart move. Instead of trying to dodge him over there, he says, "Screw it! I'm going to push my way through. Put a guard piece on Carrion Leaper, and yeah, here comes Cuban Pete with the boom boom shuffle."
Wait, did he blitz?
That's going to be a one die. No, he did not.
No, he's going to come over and put the tackle on Carrion Ripper.
But
Necro Team is down to one reroll, but I don't know.
Bums,
maybe...
bums.
So it looks like that was a misclick, maybe. Forgot to blitz.
It's all been there.
So
I think at this point, you're kind of... Oh, so now they're going to fight themselves back through Little Bro a little bit. Although that does leave Sir Leopold in position to get surfed if he were to use the blitz over there.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think you have to do the dodge out and the blitz with Sir Les Dance, right?
Yeah, for the one die. And that's what we're going to see.
Yep.
And
there's the dodge.
Be successful. Oh, he's going to...
And instead he's going to try to block him in. Okay.
I can respect that. Yeah, I can respect... Like, Blood Bowl
and
is
he
a
gets
lot
the
of
KO.
it is... Whew, it works out. Blood Bowl is patience. See, had he thrown that same block at the ball carrier, it would have been ineffective. And instead now he...
Now the question is, do you do... There it is. There's the go for it to box him in. Got the tackle piece in place.
This is smart. So I guess we know that it was a misplay or a misclick at first, but the coach adjusted well on the fly, and I call that serendipity.
That was very well played there, and who knows, maybe it even ended up better than it would have.
Yeah, because with this flesh golem there, like he can't move now. Even if he blocks, if he throws a successful block on Cuban Pete, he's not going to be able to take that guard and put it on the two people that are marking up the ball carrier.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at definitely not scoring this turn unless he can find a way to blitz through Sir Les Dance, and I don't think he wants to score yet, honestly.
Yeah, probably not. But honestly, I mean, with the way this game is going, yeah. How long you want to, stalling would be nice if you get the opportunity. I'm not sure the Bretts are going to give that chance. And another KO.
KOs. These teams have just come out swinging. There was a lot of chatter going on around this game. The Necro team knew that the Bretonians were getting some love. The Bretts are not exactly a common race play that show up here in the MML. And the Necro said, "No, screw that. We're loading up our gauntlets and we're coming to war."
And Reds, this game is already exciting walking in here. I don't know if you caught any of the preview at all, but I was talking about these. Oh, another KO! Cuban Pete knocked out! Talk about taking one for the team.
The Necro team are just frothing at the mouth right now. They're trying to rip every human they see in two.
Jeez, that's 6-3 in knockouts right now.
What's
so the
amazing,
attrition battle.
There's like no stuns and there's no injuries going on right now.
No,
there's 4 KOs for one side and 6 on the other.
Straight up knockouts. You might see a ball carrier hit here or blitz here in some respect. I'm not sure.
Well, and that's what you got to start to worry about. You had to burn the reroll for the golem. I mean, you got the AG4 dodge out. You've got decent positioning at this point. There's a stun.
Yeah.
He must have only loaded up a half roll of quarters there.
This is quickly gone in the favor of the Necro team at this point.
Well,
you said dodge out? That's I'm surprised at that, honestly. You could have just blitzed.
He went as far up as he did.
Yeah.
Well, no, he already used the blitz.
Oh, he did? Okay, that's right. Okay,
yeah.
My bad. Okay, so then that makes sense. Makes total sense. Not total. Yeah. So I mean, this is just what you're comfortable with, right? Some coaches. This is not. I'm not comfortable with this personally. I don't like leaving my ball carrier in there.
The Bretonians do still have 2 rerolls left, and they can get to the ball carrier. I think this is one of those in Blodge we trust moments.
Yep. And I'm not sure I trust it like that much. Not that much.
I personally have seen it fail enough that I don't trust it anymore, but
and
there are times I still do it.
So a lot of this also is knowing your personnel, right? The guy with dodge, with the actual dodge skill, is your knight. You could have put the tackle zone on. I mean, I know you normally go with your knight, but this is a blodger. See, right there, that double die roll would have loosed the ball. That both down roll with a wrestler would have loosed the ball. And instead, all you did now was annoy Carrion Leaper. Yeah, most of the time, if you have the chance to put a wrestler on a blodger, that's the way to go.
I mean, it's all about what, I mean, when you've got 6 players off the pitch, maybe at that point he's figuring, all right, I've got blodge on this guy. If the blocker fails the dodge, then I don't have to worry about the blitzer. He takes 1 hit probably.
It's true. Know? That's true. That's a good thought process too.
There's so many. I've talked myself into so many silly plays that I shouldn't have done because of this advanced logic that I got in my head. I did it in the Princes of Ariot game. I should have set up a 2-turn score to start, and I went at the thrower. I ended up killing the thrower, but he APO'd it, and then I ended up giving up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Yeah, there is no real right way to play Blood Bowl unless you know the dice. You know, like you know the dice in advance.
Unless you got that DeLorean.
Yeah, exactly. You can go back with your little sports almanac, and then you're good. Bill, by the way, do you remember what was the name of the sports almanac? It was named after somebody. It was like Frank's Sports Almanac.
Oh man, yeah, I don't remember.
I don't. I'm genuinely asking because I don't remember. I just started wondering it.
I just remember that Biff had it.
Yeah. And now Biff is president.
Oh my. I came here for smiles.
Sorry. Every time I think of Back to the Future 2, though, I think that's Trump. That is Trump.
Oh, the resemblance is uncanny. I don't care what side you're on. The resemblance is uncanny. So here comes little bro. It looks like he's trying to get a little SPP.
Yeah, because I was wondering why the hit didn't come from what's his name from Bluefur.
I think Bluefur came up and kind of like gave little bro a pat on the rear and said, "No, go get him, buddy. Come on."
You got this. And this time the ball carrier does say, "I ain't dodging. There's no reason to run. I got my boys with me. I'm good right here." Les Dance is dancing with his fists at the moment.
The carrion leaper right there said, "Oh, is this what you were trying to do?" Bam!
Mm-hmm. Nice little uppercut. And this is, the Necro are sitting pretty right now. This game is looking very nice for them.
That being said, and I mean, let me see. Yep, there comes the peasant to mark up the ball. There's no blockers in range. But yeah, we're gonna see. Is he going? What is he going for?
It's a 1-die block.
He's going for carrion leaper.
Oh, hey, why not, right? You gotta do
Burns
something.
the reroll and gets it down.
That's that extra training they paid for this week.
Carrion leaper just refuses to go off the pitch, though.
Man, that ghoul can take a punch. And that might
the Necro saw all this love that the squirrels were getting.
Maybe the one rolled too many there. That might be that might be
too.
Really, to get away from the zombie?
I'd have done it too. To try to get him on the ball to help mark it up, absolutely.
But you got the only problem is it frees up that zombie to come over now and assist.
It does, but they're so heavily outmanned right now around the ball. It's just, I think I probably would have done it too.
Yeah, well, like we said, inexact science. If it works out, you look like a genius. If it doesn't,
exactly. It's brilliant if it works.
And now the Necro are gonna. Let's see, what do they do? That looks like they're gonna make sure Sir Les Dance doesn't get up again. Doesn't dance. You're never gonna dance again. Oh wait, no, they moved him away. So okay.
Oh, sorry.
And they decide.
That's bad, man. I love that jam. It's cheesy as hell, but I love it.
Yeah. With the sax too.
Oh yeah, you know it.
I thought they were going surfing, but the POW comes up and Bruce Ledger's gonna actually just get stunned. Sit out there. Next turn.
There's a lot of pain coming towards the Bretts here on this turn, I think.
This is about to get ugly. You might see this surf coming. Okay, he's gonna do it that way.
Push him away from the ball. No! No! Sir Leopold not having it from little bro.
Yeah. See, I thought it was going to go the other way.
And shakes his head.
I thought Bluefur was going to push him too in front of little bro, then let little bro push him into the end zone in front of in front of Frank, or I'm sorry, Igor.
You werewolf much better than I do. I wasn't keeping track of all of that.
That could have been a double frenzy. You would have seen that dude surf from like 5 squares out. It would have been pretty awesome. And the dice were set up to allow it too.
But no, I think what we're seeing here is what is that? Hollow Furnace? Bluefur was kind of egging on little bro, saying, "Hey, I'm not going to be here forever. I can't always hold your hand. You need to show that you can help carry the team too." And
Hell
Sir
yeah.
Leopold said, "No, not today.
He ain't
Today
ready.
is not your day."
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but little bro ain't ready.
But
This
the
is,
problem
I
is,
mean-
what are the Brets really supposed to do at this point?
Just keep doing what they're doing because this is working for
go.
them. Yeah, and so wow, another knockout. Damn, these wake ups are gonna be super important. Now we're
Yeah,
at.
this is going to be a wild
Killbox over
roll
there.
at halftime.
So it's 6-4 in Killbox, or 4-6 rather.
Now the
64.
Necro team do have a reserve. They do have a kicker on the sideline, and they have less KOs as well. But
I mean, the fight from this
could be
Brett
interesting.
team is insane, though. I mean, like,
if
they can stop the
Yeah,
score.
I've recently started to really enjoy playing Bretts with the agility axis on the blitzers. They're a lot better. Sam calls the blitzers human war dancers, and I agree 100%. And
They can be.
Andy
If they get the
is on their
IG4.
side already. Andy is really starting to earn my love here because he's playing just like I would. Just a maniac. If it works, then it's great,
This is guerrilla warfare right here. And they do call you Gorilla Rez as well. So here we go. This is the moment of truth.
You throw 15, 20 red dice in a game, and all of a sudden people start labeling it.
Yeah, I think this is what's going to happen. So Big Brother's going to get involved here. I'm a little surprised he didn't push him into the ball.
This is going to be
I guess he didn't
really
want to risk it
interesting.
going into the blitzer. He didn't want it getting caught.
He's got to either feed. I imagine he's probably no. Okay, here comes little bro
Alright,
for the
they're gonna clear
blitz.
the ball. Who's gonna? All right. So it's gonna be ghoul to ghoul action.
Carrier,
for the
yeah.
finish.
Oh
No,
no,
it's
it's
not!
not because again Leopold says not today, little bro.
He ain't ready. He's ready to sleep. Go to sleep, little bro.
Huh.
Oh, this game is amazing. Wow, this has been action-packed. Full of knockouts, full of like just defense and pounding and
this
scrapping.
This is a great example of why you never back down, why you never just run away in a game of Blood Bowl.
You
By
don't
all
loop pack
rights,
it?
that was looking like a Necro touchdown.
Yeah, you don't loop pack it? I'm going to say
You
that
don't loop
publicly.
pack it in.
I just loop pack it in. There you go. I just saw that video, dude. I actually
Yeah,
liked the
yeah.
dude up until these last 2 videos I've seen of him, doing the, hey, if you don't hit me, I'll run my players and stand in the wide zone over here and surrender.
Maybe it's a recent development. I never got huge into the watching a bunch of Twitchers. I like to sometimes. I loved Lupak's video on Legendary Edition. It was really
I thought it was
well
good.
done and detailed.
Yeah, some people tried to
But,
hate and say it was too long. But
no, I really like. I thought he was skimming through stuff. Like I thought he glossed over. Oh,
Ooh,
Leopold finally is just exhaused. He says, "I have
Nuffle.
no more to give, coach."
and Nuffle is in full effect today with these skulls, man. It's like a bottle of poison over here. Mind the skulls, son. Mind the skulls.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh, wait, don't tell me that it hasn't flashed up on the screen yet. Wait. All of them, damn, all of them except one get up from the Necro side, and the Bretts want to fight again too. This is like West Side
Unbelievable.
Story if it wasn't a bunch of bitch ass dudes pretending to be tough. These guys are
There
really
is
tough.
one issue for the Bretts though. Sir Cuban Pete did not get back up.
Ooh, that mighty blow will be missed.
I think he's the only tackle player as well.
That is correct. Yep. Although, Rez, they do have the Necro always has that built-in poor man's frenzy poor man's tackle in the frenzy.
I've heard people say this. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but
hey, you get
not
two
to mention
shots.
when you run into catchers who might have Blodge step and
side step,
fend.
yeah, that's
I don't
annoying.
know who would.
That's annoying.
Well, or fend too. I don't know who would possibly put fend on their catcher.
Or what kind of race would have a bunch of people that come with fend already to counter that. That's annoying.
Yeah, yeah. Bretts are an awesome team when the other guys got frenzy.
They are. They're actually. I think they're pretty well designed. Against, you know how we always say Blood Bowl is rock paper scissors. And I think the Bretts may kind of have that formula to beat the Necros. They may be kind of the paper for the Necro Rock.
I think that's definitely how they're set up to be. More of a control team where, and like I said, I haven't played much Necro, but Necro feels more of a really push the pace kind of team for the most part. Like, you want to get a couple things to go and then just really stomp on the throat.
Yeah. It really depends. I've seen
if
people
you get
play
your
in
armor
different
breaks
ways.
with the wolves early.
Yeah, no, and I would say the way, I mean, at least you've seen how I play them, I'm assuming, because we play each other soon this week.
And has.
I'm not in a rush to score with Necro. I'm not in a rush to do super aggressive
the scoring
things
not
on
so
the ball.
much, but the actual blocking and the actual positioning, at least when I played it, then again, has tied a league KO record against me with one tackle guy and one mighty blow guy, and they weren't the same guy. So maybe my perception is a bit skewed.
Yeah, it depends. I never feel pressed to do anything with Necro. I mean, other than maybe take the other team apart slowly and systematically, because you have two movement 8 guys who, if you get short on time, can become ball carriers if you need them to, And then you've got some dodgy ghouls, especially with agi guys that could throw it if they need to. So.
Stu's saying he's got a thin catcher as well.
Yeah, he said it's a thing. And I think I saw MK2 in the chat as well. MK2, the godfather of MML announcing, was in here saying that that this is a great game. He thinks it's an amazing match.
Oh, that's high praise. That is high praise. I've already caught one or two of his appearances in the booth. He's a lot of fun. So, the godfather of MML announcing.
And SC Wyatt is in there saying Squirrels are the best team in this play pool of death. That's a very strong statement, being that you got Prague.
I'll admit I'm not as familiar with the. Was Prague in their play pool?
Yeah. That's what I didn't get to tell you this.
I've got to tip it to Prague just out of sheer. I mean, they're a returning team and they're a scary team.
All right, so I can one of these coaches
wait a minute.
can. Whoa! The fans are unruly today.
Oh, and the fans agree with the chat. They are loving this Bretonian team.
They like the fight, and the fight got them inspired. And whoa! The crowd breaks out into brawls and spills out onto the field. Dice log. Yeah, it's in there now, right?
You see every single roll for the pitch invasion.
Oh, damn! So this is new with the new patch.
Yeah,
that's great. So now you're not just we're not just hoping that that's how it happened, because when you don't see it, when you don't see the dice roll on the dice log, you start to think, wait a minute.
Oh, it's hard. It's really hard when you see these huge events that completely swing a game around. I mean, that was a 5-to-1 pitch invasion, and you just feel like, well, screw you too.
Yeah. And when you don't see the dice log, you start thinking there was a point where early in this game before they patched it, where certain things weren't getting taken into account and nobody knew. The coach's assistants or something weren't helping.
Shots will be very quick to point out that tail still doesn't stack.
If you don't see it in the dice log, you're like, what the hell? But
right.
No, that's how we felt. We didn't really know. We knew that coaches' assistants were supposed to help you on the dice roll, but early on in the game, they weren't helping you. They actually had to patch that. So you were carrying a bunch of bloat. People that were carrying 6 of them were carrying 60 bloat for no reason.
Then you had guys like me when they were learning with their high elf team, the Cabal Open, who thought that a higher team value meant that you were good, and so I bought every reserve player and every assistant that I could.
Chance,
give me all the rerolls.
Yeah, I think everybody starts off like that. You're thinking, look, my team value is bigger than the other one, then my team should win.
Walking around with the 2,300 elf team that should be 1,500.
That's one of my favorite things about this game is that the team management aspect of it. When I describe it to other people, I'm like, it's football meets chess, kind of, but then it keeps going. So you have to. There's team management to it. There's kind of a salary cap in a way. So yeah.
The best way I've been able to describe it to my buddies is. The chess meets Madden, but as far as the actual the MML and all that, and why I play the leagues it's like playing a connected franchise. That's the closest thing that I can liken it to, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And like if you watch this, like you watching this match, you'll see like people will recognize like, oh, that's this guy. He's got, he had this many rushing yards last season and stuff like that. It's
Oh yeah,
really cool.
this
There's a
is
whole
legit.
universe in here. Yep.
Don Eagle's in the chat. I see he's asking how the Necro didn't end up with the touchdown there. That would be Little Bro, the unskilled werewolf for the White Walkers 2. Went after Sir Leopold twice, and both times rolled both downs and got punched in the face.
Yep. And Sir Leopold was like, "You ain't ready, son. You ain't ready, little bro." And both times, Holoferny, I should know his name because this dude is a star in the making. Holoferny,
Yeah.
we'll call him Holofur. That's what we're gonna call him. Holoferny Bluefur. He's gonna be Holofur, who is rumored to be a relative of Logan Bluefur from the Necrophilia in the pros. He was easily able to make those hits himself, but he wanted Lil Bro to get his confidence up, and Lil Bro he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. And More Shots is asking, are there any babes on the sidelines? There are no babes on the sidelines. Babes were not selected.
But that did stop everybody from getting up.
Yeah. Everybody, I mean, in this kind of game, when you've been punching each other in the mouth like this, so you don't even need smelling salts to get your guys up. If you ain't ready to bounce back up, then you don't have a heart. Honestly, you want to get back in this match as quick as possible. You're embarrassed about getting knocked out. And this is just a hell of a game to play in. You don't want to be the guy that missed this. By the way,
you see the Fend just haunting Holofur right there.
Yeah.
He tried to take a swipe at the loner and only got one chance at it.
Very smart to feed that werewolf peasants. That keeps them occupied, especially because they got the Fend. And then what do you think is going to happen next turn with that loner peasant? He's going to get right back up on Bluefur.
Yep.
He knows his
that's
job
what's
is
great
there
about
to
him
just
having
absorb
Fend. I mean, it's one thing to sit there and say, oh, go mark up with your AV7 linemen. But when they have Fend, you feel much more confident.
Yep. Because they don't do the trick of actually, whatever. If they don't put your guy off the field, he's going to get right back up, get right back in his face.
Exactly.
And look at that.
But look at this. Little Bro.
Little Bro is embarrassed, and he feels he's got some making up to do, and honestly, he does. I'm waiting to see if this is really brave or foolhardy, because he has really no skills yet.
What kind of pace the Bretts are looking for on their offense, because this is looking like a two-turn setup to me.
Yeah.
They had a chance to really set a strong, like a screen or a cage, and instead they went down the field.
The Wolf is going to accelerate things. I kind of like it. I kind of like Gimlick throwing that Wolf back there. So it kind of forces the Bretts to not just be able to let him sit. But again, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for many reasons. Because some coaches, like this will force some coaches to push their offense down the field and make moves sooner rather than later. And other coaches will do this. and then potentially, make mincemeat out of that Wolf. But
So there is a potential for a gang foul, but I really think what we're seeing here is a two-turn offense setup.
Yeah.
No, they're going to change directions.
That's pretty ballsy.
Not a bad decision with Little Bro down and out of range and Holofur marked up. They're going to go ahead and make sure he doesn't have a chance to dodge. Yeah. This is going to be a pretty strong screen, I think.
These coaches are good, man. Don't sleep on the challenge league coaches, man. This is impressive.
I say it all the time. I know I've seen both of these coaches around in other leagues. It's easy to, feel like, I've been in the MML for X number of seasons. I'm even guilty of it sometimes. And I'm so much better than the average level of coach. But there's guys who've been out there playing just as long as we have. They just haven't been lucky enough to find the MML yet.
And it seems like we got two newer coaches who have found the MML and are making their presence felt immediately.
And look at the screen action here. I mean, you're forcing them to throw some blocks and still be stuck, kind of.
Yeah.
Because even if he throws the block at the peasant, he fends him, the ghoul still has to do a dodge to get out, to go straight across.
Yep.
Little Bro now just trying to chase down the play, shaking his head, saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna hear it about this one too."
And the chat is going crazy for the Bretts coach. They're really feeling Andy's positioning with this blitzer. I feel like the Necro
Shots is in the chat saying he will continue to blue screen until tail stacks.
Shots is the one-man lobby. Cyanide, tail needs to stack. Fix the blue screens, and then no, actually he's saying fix the tail stack, then the blue screens. Order of priority.
Yeah, I think the tail is a higher priority for Shots.
Oh, I know it is. It absolutely is.
I swear, and I don't blame him, especially with like I misunderstood dive and catch when I first put it on Deaf Guy and stuff. I thought it worked on handoffs, and for a rule to actually say that it's supposed to do something and then you find out it doesn't, I understand Shot's weekly tirade about tail not stacking.
Yeah. Because at least with the dive and catch, the rule actually does exactly what it says, like word for word.
Yeah.
But
it was just misinterpretation, which a lot of us coaches have fallen prey to. I know SC Wyatt was bemoaning that he has dive and catch on like all his skinks, and then he realized it wasn't going to help.
Yep. I put him on TMNL. I put it on one guy in TMNL, but that actually did have a thrower. I had a throwing skink.
Yeah, you did.
As you remember.
I saw relays from that team. Here comes Hollow Fur.
Woo! And the KOs are back! And are we going to see a dodge? Hollow Fur says, I can't be contained. And goodbye, Jim Magic. Jim Magic's going to go sleep. We got a Red Guy 834 in the chat. He's asking, is this a board game? Yes, this game started out as a board game, which is like a football adaptation of that Warhammer tabletop game that you may have seen, like if you go to one of those hobby shops and you see a bunch of people spending a bunch of hours painting like little figurines there and then putting them on the table and facing them off against each other. Well, it morphed into like a football version of that, and then they made a computer version of it and they brought it to the console. So now we got this here. It's a lot of fun. It's really like if football meets chess. And I was never into the tabletop version of it. I never played it. I just started playing this game because somebody suggested it. Somebody whose opinion I trusted suggested it, and I found myself hooked. So before that, I was a Madden player.
And disappointed the story of most of us.
And disappointed by American football. Disappointed by Madden because of the AI. I don't like the AI on all Madden. I think it sucks.
It's so close to being really good, but it's just not.
There,
yeah,
it used to be really good, and
yeah.
I just I don't like how it
50-40.
Like I don't mind getting outplayed by an AI that's good. I hated that once you hit all Madden, like the linebacker who had a 65 speed would start hawking down your 95 speed wide receiver.
The 60 overall quarterback plays like he's Peyton Manning in his prime. I mean, it drives me nuts. I'd rather lose a close game than win every game by a blowout. But that drives me nuts.
Yeah, like if the AI is good because it's good, then beat me because you're good. Don't beat me because all of a sudden all the players get the Super Mario star. And
I think we're about to see a Bretonian touchdown break here.
That was a dodge like he don't care. He don't give a.
I was a little surprised we didn't see Carrion Leaper try to screen off Leopold, but I think he saw what Leopold was doing to Lil Bro and said never mind, just let him have it.
Well, we were talking about Madden. We didn't even notice that these Knights were. I mean, they're going for the touchdown right away. That's a pass that's coming. Too bad he used. He had to use the go for it twice.
Okay, but now he's got the pass.
Yeah, and this is 67% pass.
This is the walking reroll right here.
67% catch.
Boom.
And it works. Sir Les Dance is doing it, and you see the Bretonian fans in the audience doing that little crazy legs dance they do whenever Les Dance gets involved. I know he didn't score the touchdown, but he threw it.
I mean, there's a lot of attention being focused on Hollow Fur here, and rightfully so. And I know Sir Leopold doesn't look quite sexy yet, but he has been a star in this game.
Yeah. He
is single-handedly winning this game for them, almost. I mean,
I would also say that in some respect, the Bretts just overall are functioning more as a team. Like they're not looking to get one or two players to glory. To me, the first half looked like Necro. Once they felt that they were in control, they started doing that thing that some coaches do, where they start trying to feed certain players and develop certain players. And like, look, this game ain't won. That the score is not 2-0. You can't start farming the SVP.
The Bretonians, we both feel on paper, are kind of a rough matchup for the Necro. It helps to neutralize their strength with the Frenzy. And my big criticism of Necro, I mean, I'm almost just as guilty of it with the Wood Elf team, is that if you can, they're so reliant on the wolves. If you take even one of the wolves away, or one of them is being ineffective, like Little Bro is, it turns them into a very ugly looking team at times.
They don't have to be. No, I mean, because think about it, they got 2 whites, they got 2 ghouls. You know, the werewolves are not necessary. The
Most
flesh
of the
golems
teams
can
I
do their
see,
things.
though, are very, very heavily reliant on their werewolf.
Right, because
Shawn
the coaches
Michaels.
play it that way. Well, Shawn Michaels has his role, but let's not forget who the leading rusher in MML history was.
The rushing stats never impress me. You bash teams, just give the ball to one guy every play anyway. It doesn't impress me.
Chasing Bobby 538 rushing yards. That is an MML record, and that is not Shawn Michaels.
How about the offensive stats getting inflated here this past season? I really thought we'd see an uptick in defense, but I was wrong.
I think that every season coaches just push, we keep breaking records, and you don't think a record's going to get broken. I mean, the only thing that's taken a step back is, I think I pointed it out before, is the throwing, like the passing. We don't do long passes in the MML like we used to. Like ever since Mummy Factory left, and Dignity left, and Knuffles Holy Rollers.
Missed half the season.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you remember in season 5, I want to say, you would have throwers
Holy
backing
Rollers
up.
and Dignity, man.
Yeah, they would take steps back to make sure they threw the long bomb. They wanted the 13 space throw, or the 26 meter throw.
Each of those teams may have had more passing yards in that one game than any team had all season in season 6.
Yeah. Could be. And look at that. See, this is another rule I hate. I hate this rule. It doesn't make any sense to me. That ball was kicked in a legal space. It was kicked where it should have been kicked. The ball was touched by a Necro player, even though it was Fumble Fingers, Ivan, the whatever. But basically, because he is unable to catch the ball, that ball falls back over the line into a non-regulation space, and it's a touchback in favor of the Necro. I mean, to me, if you touch that ball, you better catch it.
One of the interesting things that I've read too, and I guess with Legendary Edition they're going to try to make a lot more skills optional, is that the kick skill is actually supposed to be optional. You were supposed to be able to pick between the kick scatter and the regular kickoff scatter, which would be game-changing.
You mean in terms of what way?
Because he used the kick skill, it came up short right there, But if he had the entire field marked, that scatter wouldn't have gone to the same place on the same roll.
Oh, well, you can do that. You can wait. If he had the whole field marked.
After you've already kicked. After you've already kicked with your kick player, it's supposed to be optional.
As to the scatter?
Yeah. After you roll for the scatter.
I don't.
At least is my understanding of it.
Then you can figure it out? Okay, I didn't know that. I've never heard that before.
On tabletop, I believe, is how it works. I've seen a lot of complaints about it before.
By the way, Johnny Cool got knocked out while we were talking too, and these guys, we're talking about a game here. These guys are fighting. Man, this is a street fight. And it is amazing to me to look at these kill boxes and see 1 KO for the Necro and 2 KOs for the Bretts when we've been seeing people get knocked out all match. I mean, who needs babes, right?
I think both coaches should kind of count themselves lucky at the rate of armor breaks. It's one of those, good bad luck. The armor's breaking, but everybody's staying in one piece.
Yep. And Red Guy, yes, Blood Bowl is made by Games Workshop. It is that's the tabletop version of it, and they contracted with Cyanide and Focus to make this a video game based on the board game. So most of the rules transfer over to this, but not all of them. There are slight differences, as we were just discussing. And we're seeing the Necro again do this. They're establishing that sideline run, and this is the beauty. This is where the Wolves, like I said, man, when you need them to come through, I mean, the Wolf can just take over with the ball. He's injuring people. The ball, he hit him with the ball, Rez. That was sick. Leopold has been causing problems all match for these Necro.
I think what we're seeing is just a poor Bretonian blitzer who is given all he has to give. He's exhausted out there, and then you've got this hollow fur bully just coming up and just smacks him up the side of the head with the ball. Says that's
This is
enough of your
dangerous,
shit.
though. This is dangerous to leave him in contact like that. I know,
With
I
a
know, it's
dauntless
a
player.
red die. It's a dauntless player, but he's got guard. He's got a guard on him too. But it's still dangerous, though. Anything you're.
I mean, yeah,
It's ballsy.
The red die would not deter me there.
Yeah,
And
it's
actually, I
ballsy.
think, okay, yeah, here he's gonna come up and screen off the blocker only have 5 movement anyway.
Okay.
So he's not gonna be able to get any help there unless he dodges out the blocker.
With some dice rolls, this could change a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'd probably be pretty tempted to take the blocker around on the dodge, but I mean, there's a lot of things to try to figure out here.
I actually kind of like this. Like, it is ballsy. It is ballsy. It's more risk than I think I would have attempted. But when you look at it, in order to really get a good shot on that ball carrier that's not red die, and maybe even potentially a 2-die, you can get a 2-die block, but you're going to have to roll a lot of dice to get there. And I think the Necro team...
3+ to turn that into a 2-die. Well, 3+ and then a 2+ for Dauntless. That's it.
3+ to... Wait, because...
A 3+ to dodge your, to guard the guard blocker. It'd be 1 die.
Yeah, at best. Yeah, because you got...
I don't think you can get a 2-die out of it.
That's a guard white over here.
Yeah, but he's got a guard blocker there that he could do the 3-die, or the 3+ dodge and get him into place. Oh, he's actually going to blitz with the peasant.
Wow. Ballsy. He's knocking the guard out. Yeah, he's knocking the guard out. Yep. Smart. Yep. That's what I was saying. See, I was thinking that the first move is you got to knock that guard away. And I wasn't thinking dodge away the Bruce Ledger, but you could.
Both these coaches are showing they've got game plans.
Yep. Yeah, he is going to do that. Boom, now it's a 2-die block. I told you could roll some dice and you get it.
I have fallen in love with the Holy Squirrel today. You heard it here. The double pow.
Booyaka shot and
Blooper is off.
Cuban Pete coming through in a hardcore way. And Bloofer's going to wake up, but he's going to watch from the sidelines and hope that his team is able to slam this home. So, again, the Necro playing it risky, playing it fast and loose, just thinking, you know what, I need to score quick. I'm going for the win. I'm not messing around with this tie stuff, and it kind of backfires on him. But
that was a beautiful move right there, and I love the amount of risk that Andy was willing to invite there. Going 1-die with the peasant, then the dodge with the blocker. The payoff was huge and absolutely worth it, and he played it perfect, I think.
Now here comes the big question. How are they going to be able to pick this ball up and get in the end zone?
Pete's going to take a shot for that.
Yeah, he's going to pay.
We can't let you just take out the star and not at least give him one.
Conrad had to give him one. Give him one.
He's going to stay out there, though, and that's a big piece for the Bretts right there. I think that's their only mighty blow, their only tackle.
And now they may have to rely on Lil Bro in some way, shape, or form. Lil Bro may be the recipient of a touchdown pass, or he may be the guy blitzing out that blitzing the guy on the ball. And that's where the wrestle comes in to be really annoying. The Necro can't burn the reroll there because I think they're going to go for a pass. I think you're seeing an end zone chuck here. Pablo Gobbler is going to dodge away.
The Necro have got to want to score now because they will get Hollow Fur back. But
yep. I mean, the whole reason they pushed it at this breakneck speed seems to be because they want to score and go for the win. They want to take the ball away from the Bretts. But
yeah, fair point.
So I just don't think it's gonna be like recovering. But I mean, this may have scared them straight. You know what I mean? Like when they do stuff like this, the Bretts are coming out and taking advantage.
Well, the problem is when you start to see the other coach play, and there's no two ways about it. That was a risky play by Andy that paid off great. He's done a couple. When he's playing risky like that and it's working, it makes you rethink everything.
Yeah, and you're not seeing the touchdown pass. See, if he was going to make that touchdown pass, he would have taken Lil Bro, dodged out, put him in the end zone, and it would have been a pass right there. So it looks like there is some kind of...
he can set himself up well for next turn.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what are the Holy Squirrels going to do next.
Yeah, they are just defying. Every time he puts him in a corner, And he backs him into a corner, rather, and they say nobody puts baby in the corner, and they just respond in a way that you didn't think that they were going to be able to. So
No, I mean, they're, especially on the drive in the first half, I mean, the Necro were in control, and just a couple of slip-ups right there from Lil Bro. I mean, that's the danger in trying to throw blocks at the frenzy player who doesn't have block yet. But I understood the logic behind it, and you don't expect everything to work that needs to, but
I like
when
that
it's
move.
working, you really got to start to worry.
I like that move. He played that. Gim played that smart. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to go for the blodger right now. That could go bad if I don't get it on the first block. So he goes for the Brett, pushes
He's
him
got
away.
everybody marked up.
Yeah, this is smart. So it looks like the chat wants me to pay attention to the chat. I don't see. Well, I don't see what I'm missing. Git loves it when Dauntless brings down a beast. There's more werewolf hate there that I don't really appreciate. And Red Guy saying this could be playing the game.
I love the werewolf hate.
Yeah, you guys can look out for Coach Red Die Rez and I to face off this week. He's gonna be his Stop Rolling Ones and the Hopeless Necromantics. I'm at home, right? Pretty sure I'm at home.
Probably. For like the second or third season in a row, I have 2 home games. Really got to talk to Preach about this. What am I paying him for?
I had all of like 2 home games last season, but I don't have any. I don't have any inducements, so I didn't really mind. No stadium enhancements, rather.
Yeah, I don't have an enhancement either.
Don't
you have the? I thought you had the beer stand now, though, right?
No, I don't have any.
Oh, good.
Nothing.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
I have a pretty stadium. It's level 3, but I just haven't put any enhancements on it yet.
Yeah, it's amazing. With the Wood Elf team, and we're trying to save up for a transfer. Somehow, I never have money for a stadium enhancement.
You guys keep dying. It's a problem.
Well,
I hope to help you with.
To be fair, it's saving up for the transfer market. I mean,
true,
I can't. Yeah.
Oh, Overwatch. So it seems Red Guy says Overwatch has a feature called Play of the Game. I've never played Overwatch.
Oh yeah, I played a little Overwatch. Yeah, they'll show like a replay of it. That would be pretty awesome if at the end of the game it would show the play of the game, which so far would definitely be the Peasant Blitz, Blocker Dodge, and then Dauntless Injury.
That actually would be really cool. And then if they show it, especially from a different angle that you wouldn't normally see it from.
But on that note, I would settle for just seeing the final play of the game.
Yeah.
Before we start worrying about
yeah. The Cabal Vision bug that cuts you off.
It just always cuts you off. Yeah, that's such a pain.
Right,
We've seen so many good celebrations and huge game-winning plays just get cut off, and then you're like, oh, well, I guess they won.
Yeah, it's annoying. All right, I'm doing a little camera work on here now, so I could show off some of these cool graphics. So you see the block from the zombie on the peasant, and here comes the boom. It's so weird to see a stun. We haven't seen so many of them now in this game. Old man Preston.
I thought every armor break was KO.
Yeah, I thought that was just automatic in this game. And if the Necro were looking to, I'm wondering if that, if that failed, kind of, that hit on Bluefer kind of took the wind out of the Necro sails, and now they're thinking that they would be happy with a tie here. Or is this the touchdown play?
Well, the problem is they're so far up, and I mean, they're in a strong position for where they're at right now, but I don't think they can really go forward or backward very, very safely yet.
The problem is you're going to have to use GFIs to do what you want to do. So there's
I think
a push,
he's probably trying to push the white free right there.
Yeah.
But he can't get Bruce Ledger down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's going for the touchdown, it looks like.
So he does have the guard player in place. Probably the blitz from Little Bro to clear up the ball. Yep. And Little Bro's going to come through for once.
Through. Yeah, it's not.
For
once.
It's
not one to play. And we're not going to see a long pass into the end zone. Instead, we're going to see a little chuck here.
Yeah, so he's going to move up. And oh yeah, he is. He's going to sit on the sideline for the 2+. Fails the 2+. Oh man.
Carrion Leaper making the pass because of the extra training he did.
Catch.
He spent some extra time this week tossing the pigskin through a tire, swinging in the yard. So There you go.
Even has a little sprint left to spare. I mean, that is a very quick white right there.
Who says Necro is relying on the Wolves? Check it out. Conrad the Conqueror stepping in the end zone and spiking it with attitude, taking off his helmet.
May or may not have taken a wolf blitz to get him free, but we'll neglect that part.
That's not important. That was just functioning as a team.
No, that's exactly. I think that's what he had to do. He had that strong positioning from right where he was at. If he wanted to
Damn,
score
son!
or
The
stall,
Breds are
there was
back up
nothing
again.
left.
2 of 3.
Unbelievable. Are you sure these teams didn't sneak in a couple extra babes? You know,
Yeah,
there's
somebody in there. Check those team blankets. There's somebody
I could
underneath
absolutely
them.
believe that there's some flying squirrel groupies. I mean.
Oh, absolutely. How could you not, right?
And Bender Bending Rodriguez, speaking of the groupies, he says, no, coach, I'm good over here. There's a few things that need attended to. You guys go deal with it.
He's done. He's kind of laid it out on the line early in the game, so he's gonna take that short rest. So now the Necro are up because it looks like they came in with that one extra player, and they still got him over on the sideline. Necro got all their people back, but they're still up by 2 players on the Brets. So can they take it away, and then can you take this ball away and then end up in the end zone?
Oh, Wyatt's saying that was a nice touchdown, but the Holy Squirrel is not impressed.
They gotta try. The Holy Squirrel has to one up them. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen here. Will the Holy Squirrel come out on top here, or is this gonna be? Are the Necro looking to score early and take that ball away? That's kind of arrogant if you think about it, right? You're giving the other side the ball with 3 turns. You only have three turns to take it away and get in their end zone. So it's a little arrogant.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that kind of play style. We saw with the way he set up the drive. He was trying to push it in 2-turn, I think. The Brets did a great job of peeling it back and forcing him to stall a little bit, but play for the win.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I can't put it any simpler than that.
I get it, but I could also see why you would just say, you know what, there's not a lot
definitely.
of turns left. I'm not going to chance this, especially because the other side's been playing well. Because if anything, the odds are in favor of the team with the ball to be the one that
Oh, they
scores
are.
it.
I mean, you're talking about a team that has a guy with pass. Both guys have catch. The blitzers, as far as the actual offense setup. So it's not a good situation to be in. But the ties are boring. Ties are for dwarves.
They are kind of boring. They are kind of boring, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It's a long season. It's only week 2. And watch, I'm gonna do this for the audience now. Check this out. I'm gonna blow your mind after the kickoff, because the kickoff just messes up. So yeah, Red Guy, I saw you said so. The Overwatch has non-POTG and play of the game highlights. That would be cool if they did this.
You can watch the replay.
Yeah.
At least the previous 3, I think 5 if you're in the same league. You can watch the previous matches and everything, but yeah, there's no post-game play of the game. Oh, and a high kick, and the walking reroll just walks right under it and says, I got this. I got this.
Like that guy needs more opportunities, right? And look at that, catches it right off the kick. No problem.
Didn't even need his reroll.
Old man Preston laying down Zal Nef Shai. I'm going to think that that's a recruit from another team. I'm going to guess on that.
Zalnetshayesh. I don't. Okay, sure.
And here comes
Chaos
the boom
player
on Little Bro.
Work.
Uh-oh, Cuban Pete picking on Little Bro. He didn't like Little Bro, flexing on his teammates before. He said, "Sit down, Little Bro. You still a little young buck. Chill out."
Just a young buck.
And now the Brets, do they have people in scoring position? Yep, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the
7,
same
8,
offensive setup here,
Yep.
but it's not going to look quite as pretty.
Nope. The numbers are starting to get whittled down.
Oh no,
that's
not going to help.
Took a little tumble there, but
that's a little scary for him right there.
This guy was doing a little lateral sideline runs through a ladder earlier this week to help him with his footwork, and it pays off. He's able to take that extra step.
And Bluefur, Hollowfur saw him stumble from the whole way on the other side of the pitch and started licking his chops instantly, staring over at Les Dance.
Yeah, he's anxious. You could tell he wants to get involved. The time for getting Little Bro involved and having him come up and make things happen has passed, and Bluefur wants to take over. Probably rightfully so. If they're going to win this game, Blueford does need to to take over.
Why it says he likes the wolf hunting. His skinks approve of it. Oh, I just accidentally backed myself up a turn.
That's all right. I like that you can do that at Cabal TV. It's like, oh, well, let's see that again.
Hey,
Surprised we haven't
by
utilized
all
that feature
rights,
more.
Cabal Vision is an awesome feature.
Yeah.
Just the one thing. Just the one thing.
Yeah. It's like, stop cutting off on that last play.
Yeah. I spent an hour and a half watching this game. I want to see how it ends.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. So this is what I'm going to do. Bam! Flip the camera angle. The offense, I'm putting it behind the offense now. So that's only right. We're watching it from the Brett perspective. They have the ball. We're going to flip the camera angle. And
The
now
Bretonians have won over the crowd, they've won over the cameramen, and they've won over the announcing booth. It's a great day in Bretonia.
Also, we've been talking about new features, by the way, now that this last patch has come in. So aside from wrecking PlayStation 4 leagues by causing a bunch of blue screens, here's some of the other cool things the patch does. You see that little red icon to the right of the score? Like, now you can see what the weather is like. You can see that little red icon. It's and if you press the up button on the D-pad you'll see it explains it. That's the Magic Dome. That's the symbol for the Magic Dome.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that till somebody pointed it out the other day. But the patch by it seems awesome. It just needs to stop wrecking our league.
Yeah, just needs to stop causing blue screens. And other than that,
I mean, it's everywhere.
Great.
It's all chats across all PSN that the Blood Bowl related are raging.
Yep. No, definitely, it's a shame.
Although they did give us some information today, at least, on how to hopefully prevent it a little bit.
You like the whole reinstalling thing?
No, don't it's a memory leak.
Teams?
Yeah, don't scroll through your team information. Don't look at the other team during inducements. Just go straight to your team, spin, and play your game.
Yeah.
Something about it's not dumping the data when you look at the team, basically.
And talking about dumping somebody, the white over here comes with the overhand punch. That's Vlad. Vlad dumps Frank Thunderbird to the ground, and he's stunned.
Now, I'm looking at this, and the Brits are set up. Sir Cuban Pete's 2 go for it's away from scoring that important touchdown. They are in danger of giving White Walkers two turns to try to score with. They're more than capable of it, and it would also put him in a bad spot if that blitz doesn't work out. Because I imagine he's going to give the ball to Cuban Pete and then try. Oh, but Cuban Pete may not be on the pitch because he's getting taken down.
And here comes the boom! Oh, he's just gonna see some stars and he'll rub some dirt on it and get up.
But that has still wrecked the Bretonian offense.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about the Necro, if there ever is a team that's good for like, hey, let me kick the ball to you and then take it back and score. I mean, you've got dangerous, 2 movement 8 dangerous defensive dudes that can come and strip that ball from you, pick it up and run in your end zone. So it's very
They're
very
no elves,
cool.
but they can come in and get the ball.
Yeah, very very cool that that the Necro team, that Gimlick was willing to do that and go for the win. Because like I said, I get what you're saying as far as play for the win and everything, but that usually is more risk than a lot of coaches are willing to take. And Bluefer's gonna pay. Les Dance gets involved, the crowd doing the crazy legs, and Les Dance gets up in Bluefer's face. He's standing over him saying, I did this to you. Remember that. I did this.
This is a little concerning for the Bretonians, though.
It is. That's
I
ballsy,
don't know where he's going to go now.
It's kind of one of those things where, like, I think Bluefer's saying you should have knocked me out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot riding on a casualty roll right there.
It's like one of those, like, you pull that gun on me, you better shoot it. Bluefer does not look happy
right now.
He does not look happy.
He's got the easy frenzy surf on Les Dance right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, not easy, right? He set it up so that he'll have to dodge into a tackle zone, maybe, unless the Necro makes some adjustments.
I think Gimlick will be able to clear that blocker pretty easily. Oh, no.
And this is not the time you want to mess around with the dice and do risky things like that, because a bad bounce, if your ball carrier gets surfed.
I think what we're seeing here is Cuban Pete or no, I'm sorry, it was Sir Leopold syndrome. This Brett team has been running at 125% all game long, and they're just
oh
no!
The skull's in full
Oh
effect.
no! Both teams just running out of gas here. I have a feeling we're not going to see a hug.
Yikes!
Unbelievable.
And this is turn 16.
I mean, he had
so
to clear the blocker there.
This is, ooh, there is. You
Well,
can
now
still
we're going
score
to see
if you're the
Cuban
Brits.
Pete, instead of scoring the touchdown, he's going to try to clear up the blocker.
Hey, he's a team
He's
player.
going to get him out of the way.
He is a team player. And
Cuban Pete is the hero of the team. I mean, he's got the walking reroll. He's the leader. But Cuban Pete is the hero of this team. And so now here we go.
Oh, he's going to do it like that?
He's going to do the go for it. I like it.
He wants, I mean, but...
Now you're taking the ball the whole way up to the other side.
Oh, just in case.
Not leaving it on the ground.
I mean, but there's nobody in scoring position anyway on the other side, so the handoff would have been a lot easier. But hey, it wouldn't have been as exciting. Les Dance gets a second thrown TD to Edward Elizabeth Hitler. That is maybe the worst name.
Earlier.
That is weird. Edward
I don't
Elizabeth
know what that
Hitler.
is.
Elizabeth Hitler, kind of funny. Okay, so I guess he's making fun of him. And
I was kind of ignoring it.
The cheerleaders dancing.
And the order of the flying, or of the holy
squirrel should be called flying at this rate.
Flying to victory.
Through 2-1 lead, and now we're gonna get to see whether Gimlick knows how to one-turn.
I was just gonna say with two. Oh wait, where?
There's two. They're both there on the right side.
Okay. Right,
two movement 8 pieces, and one of them with frenzy.
Damn, Flesh Golem was trying to hide little bro.
I've switched back over to the Necro offense
pieces.
side. Oh, Andy says it's Eddie from Brit TV show Bottom. Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that show.
Yeah.
We're both two U.S. guys from the East Coast.
Right.
If it ain't from a Key and Peele show, we don't know.
And we don't care.
I think the only Universal shows are like Game of Thrones, and we'll give you. I wonder if Brits watch John Oliver too, because John Oliver talks about mostly American stuff. He's great though. That show last week tonight was
such a pleasant British way.
Yeah, he does. He really is he's British, but he's kind of American at this point. I think he generally feels the Donald Trump pain. Andy says, "Who is John Oliver?" Oh, you gotta look him up. He's a famous comedian, very very successful comedian. London, same thing here. Do they know who he is, and they just don't want to acknowledge him because now he lives in the U.S.
They don't acknowledge the silly Brits.
He is British. He's a British guy who emigrated over here. Emigrated over here rather.
He was on the Daily Show for a while.
Yeah, he was on the Daily Show. Yeah, exactly. He was on the Daily Show. They're gonna say, "What's the Daily Show?" Andy says Mike's not working. That's cool. Don't worry about that. You just worry about continuing to play Amazing Blood Bowl the way you've been doing. Yeah, what's the Daily Show? That's the new thing. Yeah, what a game. Exactly. Let's get back to that. No, John Oliver's a very very funny comedian. If you ever watched. He actually played a small part of that show Community as well, if anybody's familiar with it. It's pretty funny. He was one of the professors.
Yeah, I'm having trouble lining it up just looking at it, but the Bretts not have enough players to set the lineup in the back?
No, of course you do. I mean, to at least get the two, right? You put one here, one here, one here, and one here. So. And if you cover the guys, you spread them out all over the field. Then you put tackle zones across the field. And if you put tackle zones across the field, it makes it harder for the other side to score. The chat continues. What's America? Is it like Ireland? That doesn't turn. Oh, and Nuffle just keeps making it harder on the Necro team. The blitz is in effect. You can do some things with this blitz, but by doing them, do you end up engaging in the Trojan horse blitz, as we've referred to it when the blitz, because you have a blitz, you feel you need to do something. No, it's probably not. It's probably a good blitz.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the 8-move frenzy surf, so I don't know. Well, and he's gonna push him backwards, so that's
Yeah.
probably gonna ruin it.
But now I'm wondering whether it does.
Oh!
Oh!
And the Bretts just they're trying to run as fast as they can to keep up with this werewolf team, and they just cannot do it. Just too much for their poor little legs.
So I think it is possible that the one turn could still be on. You've still got an 8 movement guy on the pitch. Possible. I'm not sure yet.
Well, you've got a problem with the fend as well. That'll ruin your frenzy
Well,
pushes if you try to involve them. But you do have the left side with the blockers. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the 8-move frenzy push, so I really don't see it. Like,
you're not getting it the way you want it to go, but you're gonna have to clear one of There is a way. I think there's a way to maybe. I mean, you gotta get 3, and that makes it really difficult. He's doing no, so it looks like he's not doing it because he's already moved that other. See, I think what I may have tried to do is, Reg, you could have cleared this Johnny Cool. You could have cleared him with the flesh golem, and then maybe opened up that, thrown a piece.
He's got a lot of problems trying to make this work. I mean, you've got to figure out how to do the pushes, and then, you've got to figure out how to get the ball over there. The ball is all the way in the opposite corner.
Yeah, so it looks like he's just going to take his attrition and call it a day. Take the SVP for the hits, but if he can do it, I'll be super impressed. I mean, that would be great.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I can do it with 8 movement sprint pretty easily, but that's basically just 9 move. You don't need much, just 2 pushes. And I don't have much frenzy on the Wood Elf team.
But now he's moved the only guy that could go get the ball.
Okay, but I think what we're looking at...
No, maybe not.
Well, no, you've got... I think at this point you'd be relying on Carrion Leaper to just do the bomb. But I think we're going to see Hollow Fur come over. That doesn't give him the angle he needs either. He's still looking at a couple of really tough dodges now.
Nah, he just doesn't. I don't think he has the personnel.
Yeah, and
so
now,
screw it.
sorry, Little Bro was the one who was going to look at the blitz, but no, it doesn't work out for him.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to say screw it. Let me take my SVP. This is a hard-fought game. Really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great game. Both coaches played really well, and the drive stalling out for the Necro team in the first half, it was risky, but at the same time, I mean, you don't expect it to happen 2 turns in a row. But yeah, a really well-played game by both coaches. I'm glad I got to call it.
Yeah, same here. It was definitely. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I even got, because every time I kept trying to tell you this, like something else like action-packed would happen on the field. But both of these teams, I call this like the dark horse game, or the battle for the dark horse title or whatever, because the Bretts, I think, if I'm not mistaken, tied Prague last week, and the White Walkers beat the Yayobs.
Oh, wow.
So those were being looked at as the 2 teams that were like the 2 to beat in this play pool, and these 2 teams came in and caused an upset there. So now you have so our final score here, the Order of the Holy Squirrel coming out on top.
Carrion Leaper couldn't even pick up the ball there, and I did notice the game didn't cut out right away. Like,
oh, maybe that was fixed in the patch.
Showed the whole animation. Yeah,
that's true.
One can only hope. I haven't gotten to play enough games to actually pay attention.
That's funny, yeah. So, the story, you don't usually see this, but the Necro team out armor break the Bretts 15-6 and still lost, which is strange. Take a look at these stats
Outblocked
here.
Them nearly 2-1.
Yeah, that is wow. So 8 KOs. That is almost an MML record. The MML record now for single game in a regular season game is 9 KOs in one match. White Walkers got 8. And that's a lot of KOs around the board. Nothing crazy other than that. A lot of SPP for both sides, pretty much. And this was a really fun match to call. So it says Andy said he's having trouble with his mic. So I think we do have Gim in the chat still, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. So, so what do you think, man? Was this the again? By the way, is the coach of the White Walkers? Did the Holy Squirrel come out and throw any surprises at you, or was this how you were expecting them to play?
Yeah, yes, a lot of Dauntless. But he played very, very well. So I thought I had the first TD in the first half pretty sure, but I messed up a bit, and he got lucky with some rolls. But he played very well, took advantage of my small mistakes. But yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, some of the people in the
Can't
chat
say
said
much
that.
about it.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I can't say much about it, so
Yeah,
it
well,
was really good.
some of the people in the chat say that you were tempting fate, but you should have just scored a little earlier in that first
Yeah.
half instead of stalling it
Yeah,
out.
of course.
But you know,
It was
that's always
risky,
hindsight.
but like I said, at the same time, you don't expect 2 turns in a row for it to go south. But it was certainly risky too.
Yeah, a bit. I thought I didn't think he would succeed with the moves he made, but he did. So, congrats to him.
And I don't
There
mean
was a
to
lot of high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
You
mean
guys hear me
to. Oh yes, I can hear you. But you're gonna need
Oh,
so that the,
yeah.
so Andy, in order for the people in the chat audience to hear you, you're gonna have to actually go into your party settings, go into advanced settings, and then click the box that says allow voice to be shared, or else it'll sound like we're talking, like Rez and I are talking to ourselves over here, or like a ghost. So let me know when
While
that's
he
done.
messes with that, Gim, I mean, you had to be disappointed with Little Bro overall in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything right this game.
Well, that one he
His-
did
but
come through finally.
One time.
Yeah,
that
one
touchdown.
time, yeah. But it was his first game of in this team, so. He's,
Oh,
new
that's
recruit.
right. So
He's a
that was
new
the guy
recruit.
that, if I remember, when in the preseason preview, when we were looking at the White Walkers, we were commenting about the one werewolf, and you were trying to fit
It
under
was
the
a TV
cap, and
cap.
then you bought him after. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So yeah, not exactly making the impact or the immediate.
Well, he made it
immediate
through the
impression.
game. I mean, that's always a nice
Yeah.
nice part. You didn't shell out money for him. He didn't get busted, but yeah, he showed that it was his first game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
He needs
maybe
some more training.
sometimes a bad game will give that player the motivation to realize that, I'm not a diva. I'm not like this immediate, like, I'm not this superstar that's just born with this power. I have to work hard for it. And so maybe that'll help him with his work ethic and motivate him to prove to the rest of the team that he belongs here and he belongs in the Challenge League.
But yeah, I felt like you played really well, Gim. I saw the angle you were trying to work. You both played really aggressive, and it paid off a lot more for the Bretts today. I know I was de-riding the Bretonians a little bit, but it's all in good fun, and I thought you played really well. It's going to be a scary team soon.
So
Yeah.
and given some of my past losses, like I've come out of there and just said, I wish I did this different, or I wish I did this different. Is there something like a lesson that you're taking out of this for yourself that maybe will help you alter your player? Is this just one of those like, the breaks didn't go for me, I'll keep the same formula and keeping on?
I think it was quite all right up till I didn't score in the first half, and the KO rolls was insane for both of us, but a little bit better, or the kickoff in the second half with the pitch invasion, that was
Yeah.
quite one-sided as well. So, but he took advantage of the roll still. So it was.
As the second half kickoff showed, I mean, your team came into a very hostile environment and still managed to put on a show and scrap for the win. I mean, it was within your hands several times.
Yeah. The audience didn't like my performance in the first half. So.
I don't think it was they didn't like you. I think they just loved the Bretonians.
Yeah, the squirrel just people were
The
waving.
Holy Squirrel, after their antics with Griff last week, they had already earned a bit of a following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. That's what it was. So that was the one. That was the game where they
I
tied
have not
Prague.
seen that play yet, but I've
Yep.
heard the legend.
That was Griff was playing for them, came in. That was some straight elf BS. You would have loved it. and they came in and tied it up against Prague last week. So again, White Walkers upset the Yate Yobs 2.3. People were looking at them as a favorite as well, and I don't think one loss puts you out of playoff contention. So Gim, keep playing hard, and I think you'll see good things happen for you this season.
Oh yeah.
A lot of good luck to you, man.
Yeah, my blue fur leveled up, but only a general and agility, so I really don't know what I should give it to him.
Dodge.
Figure out who your next opponent is. If you want, you can DM me.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about it.
Yeah, it's in-gen.
You said in-gen?
Try
in-gen?
To... Yes.
Maybe tackle.
Tackle could be very useful, yeah. It could be, but so it's blue fur though, right?
Yeah, it's blue fur. I haven't any tackle piece on my team, so.
And he already has Mighty Blow. He already has
Mighty Blow, Frenzy, Block.
Yeah, he's got Block. He's got Frenzy, and he's got the Strength. So, and it's just a regular up, right? Yeah, it's difficult because if you want to protect them, the dodge really does help. But the tackle would make him really sweet.
Chanting for tackle.
Yeah,
especially why it is saying no tackle.
If you're playing InGen next week, yeah, tackle could be very useful, but so is dodge.
Dodge is that's a tough choice to make. I'd look at the rest of your play pool too before I really made a decision.
It's quite bashy. Got
you might want that dodge.
The dodge might help him unless you get good at hiding him, and it doesn't seem like you do. You put him out, and
with Frenzy, he's gonna get stuck. I mean, it will happen.
I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. Some coaches, the way they play, like with mine, how many shots do people really get to throw at Shawn Michaels? Not many.
But that's because he's laying on the ground. He's just a foul target.
Sometimes he's laying on the ground, and then other times I will actively dodge him away. I won't let him sit there. But I don't know. It just depends. Like I said, it depends how you're going to use him.
I don't know if there's a right choice there.
Yeah. But
so.
Yeah, I just saw you hanging him out there a lot today. He's strength 4.
I played a lot of Skaven, risky Skaven play, so I put them out there.
So maybe dodge, but tackle will help. I mean, because putting Mighty Blow on those dodgy pieces with a strength 4 guy, especially, that could be game changing as well. So yeah, think about it both ways. So because they're both very useful. So. But yeah, well played game, man. Andy. So Andy said he fixed the setting. The setting is on, or already was on, allow voice to be shared. So that's cool. I just want to make sure that the chat can hear you. So are you still there, Andy?
Yeah.
Right,
cool. I'm still here.
All right. And if people in the chat, if you can't hear Andy, go ahead and chime in, and please let us know. By the way, it looks like the pro match finished. Walking Dead Reanimated and Dream Wild. It was really tight there. Last I looked, it was like 2-1 in the 13th turn or something. Does anybody know what? It's 2-2 is the final score. I'm looking at that. Ooh, and that was a grudge match too. So that was a good one. A lot of good games so far in the MML today. I'm really glad we didn't blue screen here.
I'm really glad as well.
Great play, Andy.
Yeah. Absolutely, you did some things, and he put you, Gim put you in some bad positions, where you were gonna have to roll a lot of dice, and you just went for it and made it. That was.
You have to. I mean, with the Griff incident last week, I mean, did such a brilliant job of boxing me in, and those werewolves.
Have you coached elves or Skaven in the past?
Yes.
Exactly. I am.
There it is. I am a tabletop Skaven and elf player.
There it is. I can see it.
I
can just see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because their mind just works different. It's like, tackle zones? What tackle zones?
Dodges? Who cares about that?
So, oh man, very, very. By the way, I do want to go really quickly back to Gim. So that was Do you regret the choice? That's something you might not do in the future. Is kick the ball back to the other side and just say, screw it, I'll take the tie, having got burned on that.
I really tried to put the ball on the left side. It went there, got a high kick. He caught the ball, so it could have gone either way.
Right.
He didn't catch the ball, it bounced correctly.
Well, on the field, go for it.
Well, that's the thing. If I failed if I failed to pick up that ball on the second drive, then that would have been it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying it was the
Gimli could
wrong
have won.
move. I think it was ballsy.
Yeah,
I'm
but,
not saying it was the wrong move. It was just that it was a definite acceptance of risk, and I thought it was cool that you're willing to do that. I'm just wondering if that sometimes when you get burned, you might not do the same thing again.
You're seeing
I will do
guys
the
who have
same
coached
thing.
Skaven and Elves and who want to win.
So this
I mean, correct me
definitely
if I'm
entertaining
wrong
game.
here, fellas.
No, play to win every single time.
There you go.
Entertaining game. What did you guys do to get your players that hyped up for this game that they were just
The
knocking each
KOs
other
early
out,
in the game on both sides.
throwing haymakers? Crazy.
Yeah, some of them should have been injuries instead of KOs, I think.
This would
Only
have
one injury in the whole game.
that would have changed the course of everything. Yeah, and the guys are just like chomping at the bit, man. They get knocked out, they get right back up and ready to go.
Last thing, yeah, come the second half, that was it. They were on their feet. They were raring to go for this one.
You got back up on either team.
Yeah.
Need you guys to come give speeches to my team.
Not this week. This week, give speeches on how to sleep properly. I want to take a look at who you guys have this week, next week rather, because that should be interesting.
Yeah,
I like
have
both of
the
these
Indian.
teams. Oh yeah, you have.
I like
India.
both teams, and I love the way both of them played. I mean,
Yeah. This is
I was giving Gibbs some grief about the Necro, all in good fun, but I mean, Necro is a scary team. The team is built well. Once you get that other wolf leveled and get some block on the flesh golems, you stay away from my team.
Yeah, this is great. So it looks like we did not see the Weeping Widowmakers play Yobs. I thought they were. Okay, they're not playing today. That should be a really good match too. Yeah, your conference is stacked, man. You got a lot of good people in this conference, especially
Two former
now.
pro teams.
Yeah,
Dawn and his
Yobs,
Howlers.
Prague. Yeah, Thunden with the Weeping Widowmakers.
I think that's the good thing.
Wow.
Every single game is just going to be a punishing fight to whoever wins it, sort of thing. Like with Gimlick winning his match last week and me managing to scrape a draw against Prague number 5. Every game in this conference is just going to be a really hard fought game. So yeah,
I think the way you guys
what's
play is
brilliant
going
about
to
this
serve
league.
you well.
Yeah, I mean, I can
That's
see
the
this
thing.
conference like somebody with like two teams with like kind of mediocre records making the playoffs because everybody just like nobody has a perfect record because they just keep beating each other or tying. Crazy. Very interesting.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
the Brets are up with the Midnight Howlers. So he plays the other Necro team next week.
Andy, how did
Yes,
you prepare
yeah.
for? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, Andy, how did you prepare for this week? In terms of like what you were expecting, and did the Necro team do anything different from what you were expecting?
No, that's the thing. I haven't had the chance to play many Necro teams. So I haven't really adjusted my tactics to dealing with them very well. Because it's just the werewolves, and of course you got with the ghouls as well. If they're blodgers, then they're always tricky to deal with. And I think I was really lucky on that one die block in the first half to knock that ghoul down to stop them scoring. But yeah, I think I was expecting a lot of more injuries this game. I was very lucky with the knockouts. My boys held on in there and bounced right back in the second half, which was brilliant of them. So, but yeah, I was expecting a pounding and to give it back as well. But yeah, I was pleased as punch how the game turned out. But it was literally by the skin of my teeth this entire game.
Yeah, you guys both fought hard all the way. It was really a pleasure to watch. Rez, and do you have any other questions before we wrap it up?
No, just a great game from both coaches, and much luck to you in this terrifying play pool.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yeah, same. Good luck to both of you guys. And yeah, I think I saw from Thunden earlier in the chat. He said, "Sorry, but he said no on the spoilers. I'm sorry if I spoiled the other game, but yeah, that other pro match is over. I won't repeat the score again, but looked like a good one. So Thanks again. If you guys are joining us in the chat, don't know what this is. This is Blood Bowl 2. It's like chess meets football, but a lot more entertaining than that sounds, believe it or not. And the website, MMLpro.com. Check it out. You can see the backstories on some of these teams. You can see how to get involved yourself, how to play, how to become part of this community. We got a Discord chat going. We got stories. We got recipes for brownies that make you feel good on MMLpro.com. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have that on there. But I'm sure you could find somebody that could tell you those recipes if you really want them. But in any case, I'm going to stop before Breach censors me. This has been Serious Jest, joined by my co-announcer, ReznorRulesYou, coaches Gimlick and Andy. And thanks for joining us again. MMLpro.com. Check it out. And we are out.